Welcome back to Markkleeberg in Germany for the final session here at the 2019 ICF Canoe Slalom World Cup, and it is extreme canoe slalom time. Well, weather conditions are a little bit less favourable than they were, but it's perfect for extreme canoe slalom. A little bit more wind, a little bit more cloud, and the temperature has come down. Now we are looking over this great venue here, just outside Leipzig, about 20 kilometers outside the center of Leipzig, and we will be bringing you live the men's quarterfinals, and then we'll go straight into the women's semi-final. So here is the start list for the extreme slalom, and the first of the two quarterfinals showing up here. In each of the quarterfinals, either 3 or 4 starters, and the first 2 across the line without any disqualifications will go through into the next round. It's a straight knockout, and here's quarterfinal 3 and quarterfinal 4. Again, in each round, 3 or 4 starters, head-to-head racing, and it is the top 2 that will go through. So we're straight into racing, and well, we'll be up and running with the first of our quarterfinals. 3 boats racing head-to-head in this competition. I'll talk you through the rules as we go. And well, here is Etienne Chappell of Great Britain, the fastest in the seeding qualification, and so could be favourite for the race. He won the race in Lee Valley, the first World Cup of the season. Then it is Jaroslav Zaziablo of Poland, wearing bib number 2. So head-to-head racing, it looks like Michal Smolin of the United States not starting. So head-to-head racing between these two. It'll be interesting to see off the ramp, and then we'll talk through the course as we go. And they're away. So it is a straight fight, and it is Etienne Chappell of Great Britain who gets the early advantage, wearing bib number 1 in the red boat. So let's watch them. 6 gates to negotiate. The green gates, they have to go the correct side of the number board, so you can see the number there showing, correctly negotiated by both paddlers. Then into the first of 2 upstream gates. Gate 2 here, but they can choose which side of the river to use. That can be tactical. Then gate 3, well, they must go to the river left, well, left as we're looking at it, the river right, and then they come into gate 4 on the bend here on this Markkleeberg course, and into the roll zone. So Etienne Chappell cleanly through the roll zone, so too is Jaroslav Zaziablo. Now down through into the downstream gate, gate 5, and into the upstream gate 6. Again, a choice. You can go the left upstream, the right upstream, and then it's a straight sprint to the finish, and the first 2 in any round will go through. So with only 2 competitors starting, then both will be through into this semi-final. But it is Etienne Chappell of Great Britain who goes through in first place, ahead of Jaroslav Zaziablo, but they will both be through, and we'll see them in the semi-final. There we have it, confirmation, wearing bib number 1, the winner of the first World Cup of the 2019 season in Lee Valley in Great Britain, Etienne Chappell in the red boat. Just looks like he's enjoying the fact that, well, it wasn't too much of a competition in the quarter-final, but that will change when we get into the semi-finals, because extreme canoe slalom is straight head-to-head racing, can be quite a lot of contact. Here we see the slow-mo. So you can see the start, so important in extreme slalom. If you get a good launch and a good squirt off the landing into the water, then you can get that advantage. And, well, Etienne Chappell for sure didn't look back once he got that good start. So 6 gates to negotiate, and of course the all-important roll zone. If you forget the roll zone, or if you incorrectly negotiate any of the gates, then that leads to disqualification and elimination from the competition. So there we have it. Etienne Chappell goes through along with Jaroslav Zaziablo for Poland. So the crowd here in Germany really warming to this spectacle here. As next up, the second quarter-final. 4 boats lined up, only 2 spots in the semi-final, and it'll be interesting to see how the race unfolds. So, wearing bib number 1 in the red boat, it is Frederik Valen. He's been racing in the men's kayak semi-finals today. Regular competitor in this extreme slalom competition. Wearing bib number 2 for Japan, it is Taku Yoshida. Then in the purple boat, it is Michal Vos of... No, it's not. Apologies. It is Boris Raniak of Slovakia. Then, wearing bib number 3, it is Michal Vos of Poland. So, 4 boats lining up for the start of this extreme slalom. And we're away. And straight away, it looks like, well, let's have a look. It looks like Taku Yoshida in the yellow boat has got a good start, but it is Frederik Valen of Sweden on the outside who gets the early run into gate 1. So at the moment, it is Valen of Sweden leading the way, ahead of Michal Vos of Poland. So in and out of the upstream, and well, nip and tuck as they come through the downstream gate 3. You're allowed to make contact, but you're not allowed to deliberately influence the other competitors. And it looks like Michal Vos of Poland has taken the lead at the moment, ahead of Frederik Valen as they enter the roll zone. So Michal Vos, wearing bib number 3, is leading the way. Frederik Valen in bib number 1 is in second place. And Taku Yoshida of Japan is lying third, with Boris Raniak of Slovakia really out of the race. But who is going to come out first? And it looks like Yoshida of Japan has sneaked through. And it's going to be a straight fight between Frederik Valen and Yoshida of Japan. What a great move in the closing stages there to keep his progression in this competition alive. Well, all showing that they negotiated the course correctly. That's important. And just waiting confirmation of the result. But it looks provisionally like it's Frederik Valen of Sweden who goes through. And then Taku Yoshida of Japan goes through in second place. And well, that move from Taku Yoshida. Taku Yoshida of Japan given the win there. So well done, Taku. You are through into the semi-final. And just waiting for who gets given the second place. But I think that's Frederik Valen of Sweden. Certainly a great little sneak through there on the final upstream gate there that, well, he was pretty much out of the race until the final upstream, and Yoshida of Japan just sneaks in and out and takes the win and goes through into the semi-finals. There we go. It is Frederik Valen of Sweden who is alongside Taku Yoshida. Those two qualify through into the semi-final. And unfortunately, that means Michal Vos of Poland and Boris Raniak of Slovakia eliminated at this stage. Well, that is what extreme slalom is all about. Head-to-head racing. And you can see it is not over until it is over. A little bit of argy-bargy at the top part of the course there as Taku Yoshida gets squeezed out on that sprint to the first gate. But it all ended up well. And we will see Yoshida of Japan racing it out with Etienne Chappell, Yaroslav Zaziablo and Frederik Valen in that first semi-final. That'll be up next in the course of this programme. So of course we're just a week away from the Extreme Canoe Slalom World Championships taking place at the World Cup final in Prague next weekend. You can follow that on Planet Canoe. It'll be live just as it is this afternoon. But here we are, confirmation of the first semi-final. It'll be Etienne Chappell, Frederick Varlin, Taku Yoshida and Yaroslav Zaziablo. And eliminated at this stage, it is Michal Was and Boris Raniak. So straight into the third quarter-final. 4 boats lining up for just 2 places in that semi-final. And, well, we'll give you the rundown very shortly. And hopefully this has whet your appetite for this racing. Here we go. Extreme Slalom. And it is Max Carlsen wearing bib number 1. Then we have from the United States of America, Tren Long wearing bib number 2. Then representing Ireland, Alistair McCreary wearing bib number 3. And last but not least, wearing bib number 4, it is Frederick Lipke of Germany. The home crowd will be rooting for the athlete in the green boat. And they're away. Steep ramp here in Markkleeberg in Germany. And it's working well, but it looks like Tren Long in the middle has got a good advantage, but it is Max Carlsen who looks like he's going to get to the first gate first. They're pushing and shoving, and it is Tren Long who is neck and neck with Max Carlsen. At the moment, the favourite for Germany, Frederick Lipke, is out of the competition, really out the back, but we know that can all change in this extreme canoe slalom. So coming down through gate 3, the downstream, and towards the bend here on this U-shaped Markkleeberg course. Now, as they go through gate 4, they then enter the roll zone, and wow, almost in synchro, there it is Max Carlsen who has the edge ahead of Tren Long as they go through gate 5 and just into the double upstream, but the two are clearly out front, and surely the the pair of Alistair McCreary and Frederick Lipke are too far back now. So it looks very much like the win will go to Max Carlsen, I believe, but we'll have to wait and see. Certainly Max Carlsen and Tren Long are through into the semi-final and eliminated at this stage Alistair McCreary and Frederick Lipke. There we go, the winner of the third quarter-final, Max Carlsen of Sweden, wearing bib number 1. Well done, Max, you're into the semi-final. Tren Long of the United States there, another confirmation. He joins Max in that semi-final, and unfortunately eliminated at this stage for Ireland, Alistair McCreary, and for Germany, Frederick Lipke. So we've had a really warm welcome from the German crowd here in Markkleeberg in Germany, and here we have the start. And look at that, all hustling and bustling into that first gate. But from the start, there was not a lot to separate the two qualifying for the semi-final, and that is Max Carlsen and Tren Long. So still to come, the men's quarter-final in race 4. Let's see who is going to go through the final 2 qualifiers into that men's semi-final. And then after that, we'll be into the women's semi-finals. It's Extreme Canoe Slalom here, live from Markkleeberg in Germany, World Cup 4 of the 2019 ICF Canoe Slalom World Cup. Head-to-head racing. And next weekend at the World Cup final in Prague in the Czech Republic, we will have the Extreme Canoe Slalom World Championships alongside the World Cup final. So the German fans enjoying the occasion as we go into the fourth quarter-final. Here is the lineup. It includes Christian De Giannigi of Italy, who was the bronze medalist at the World Championships in the Extreme Canoe Slalom in Rio de Janeiro last year. And there he is, the first boat to be introduced, wearing bib number 1 in the blue boat, Christian De Giannigi of Italy. Then, wearing bib number 2, it is Paul Zeumel of Germany in the yellow boat. And then finally, in the green boat for Latvia, it is Samuel Stanovsky. And we're racing, and it's a quick reaction there from Germany's Paul Zeumel in the middle in the yellow boat, but equally in the blue boat, Christian De Giannigi of Italy, using his superior power to get the early advantage. Christian was second in the time trial that determined the seedings in this competition, and you can see why. So 3 boats racing, 1 will be eliminated, but look at that. Well, interesting. So bib number 1, Christian De Giannigi, is staying well ahead, and it is Paul Zeumel of Germany who is in second, wearing bib number 2 at the moment. Samuel Stanovsky of Latvia in the green boat still has work to do as they come towards the roll zone. De Giannigi, no problem there, and well, still to form at the moment, racing in bib order 1, 2, 3 at the moment, and unlikely to change unless there's any disasters on this final upstream section. Well, they're all going for the same move. Maybe that's a tactic. Is this the opportunity? It is the opportunity. Samuel Stanovsky of Latvia has stolen it on the finish and takes it through and eliminates the German Paul Zeumel. Wow, that is extreme canoe slalom for you, but there's no doubt about the winner. Christian De Giannigi of Italy goes through into the semi-final, and in second place it looks like it is Samuel Stanovsky of Latvia who will join Christian in that semi-final. Just waiting for confirmation. It would appear that yep, here we are. Paul Zeumel of Germany has been disqualified. Incorrect negotiation of the upstream gate 6. But Stanovsky, what an overtake on the final upstream gate 6. He rescues it at the last minute and books himself a place in the semi. Well, isn't it great racing here? It's the Extreme Canoe Slalom World Cup. We're live from Markkleeberg in Germany. World Cup 4, the final event of this competition. Already we've seen some really exciting races in the canoe slalom competition that people will perhaps be more familiar with. At the moment, the gold medals evenly spread across Slovakia, Germany, Spain and the Czech Republic. Who will take gold in the Extreme Canoe Slalom men's and women's events? Well, that will unfold now, because we know what the semi-final lineup is for the men's competition in the Extreme Canoe Slalom. Next up we'll be into the women's Extreme Canoe Slalom semi-finals. Well, before we get into the women's semi-finals, here is the summary of the quarter-final results from race 3 and 4, and the start list for the semi-final, the second semi-final. And De Giannigi, Carlsen, Trenlong and Stanovsky. They will make up the lineup. So we're down to 8 men racing in that semi-final to determine which 4 will race it out in the final. But now it is women's semi-finals here at the Extreme Canoe Slalom World Cup, live in Markkleeberg, Germany. And here we have it, 5 boats racing. So semi-final 1, someone will leave unhappy. Mandy Benzine, Sage Donnelly and Caroline Trompeter racing it out for just 2 spots in the final. Just the wind getting up a little bit here at this competition. We've had outstanding weather this week, and the weather holding on. So good to see Mandy Benzine of Germany on the course, a popular character, and has been, well, an outstanding canoe slalom athlete over the years. Then in bib number 2, Sage Donnelly of the United States of America in the red boat. And then in the blue and white boat, wearing bib number 3, Caroline Trompeter of Germany. We're racing. Oh, and Mandy gets a good start. She's the first off the blocks. Mandy Benzine, but squeezed out. Can Caroline Trompeter now get across to gate 1? That's not a problem at all. Caroline Trompeter of Germany takes the early lead in this Extreme Canoe Slalom semi-final 1. Then it is Sage Donnelly of the United States in the red boat, but closely followed by Germany's Mandy Benzine as they come into the first of the upstream gates. Well, no problem for Caroline Trompeter. She's cleanly ahead, but there's still a big tussle going on around gate 3 between Germany and the United States, but it is Mandy Benzine has been disqualified. So a little bit too much contact by Mandy and eliminated at this stage in the competition. She won't necessarily know that yet, but it will be Caroline Trompeter and Sage Donnelly progressing through into the Extreme Canoe Slalom final. It's interesting. Another disqualification. Sage Donnelly. There's a bit of a battle between these two. 2 disqualifications. And, well, in shot now it's Mandy Benzine of Germany. Married to Jan Benzine, raced probably most familiar to people as Mandy Planner when she was racing at the top level in canoe slalom. So there's no doubt about the winner. It is Caroline Trompeter of Germany. But we'll just have to wait and see who joins Caroline in the final. Caroline Trompeter there, wearing bib number 3, the winner of the first semi-final, and through to the Extreme Canoe Slalom final, which will be up very shortly. Well, there's the result, and it looks like it's an all-German through to the final. Caroline Trompeter is joined by Mandy Benzine of Germany. And at this stage of the competition, Sage Donnelly of the United States of America eliminated. Great close-up shot of the roll zone here. Getting a little bit aggressive there on the course, but contact is allowed. It just needs to be within the rules and not deliberate contact. Well, that's a great example there of how you can go from last and make up time on the upstream gates by sneaking in on the inside line. But Caroline Trompeter of Germany had no real contact, no real challenge during that competition, got out clean from the start and never looked back, and booked herself a place in the women's kayak Extreme Canoe Slalom final. up next we'll have the second of our women's kayak semi-finals. Well, in this second semi-final we only have 2 boats racing, so both will go through, but this is an opportunity for them to play a few mind games and just get familiar with the course. So first up, wearing bib number 1, and Katharine Schwanholt of Germany. She races in the green boat, and in the blue boat from the United States of America, it is Ashley Nee, Olympian from Rio 2016. And we're racing. Well, Ashley Nee gets a great start in the blue boat for the United States of America. And, well, looks like she's going to get to gate 1 first, but closely challenged by Schwanholt of Germany. Both will go through, but there'll be a little bit of mind games, a little bit of sportsmanship here to prepare for that women's kayak final here in the Extreme Canoe Slalom World Cup. And well, round the outside comes Nee of the United States of America, wearing bib number 2, still leading at the halfway point on this run as they come towards the roll zone here. Just need to roll. It has to be a full Eskimo roll, 360 degrees. You have to come up the opposite side till you went down, otherwise you face disqualification. Both cleanly through that section, and then well, Ashley Nee extending her advantage as they come into the final upstream gate on this 6-gate course, and it will be Ashley Nee of the United States going through into the final, closely followed by Anne-Katharine Schwanholt of Germany. So let's just wait for confirmation. There we have it. Ashley Nee of the United States of America is our winner of the second semi-final of this women's extreme canoe slalom here in Markkleeberg in Germany. It's the 4th World Cup of the ICF Canoe Slalom World Cup Series, and we'll be in Prague next weekend for the World Cup final. You can follow it all on Planet Canoe, and of course it is the Extreme Canoe Slalom World Championships next weekend, so make sure you join us in Prague and follow it on live stream through the Planet Canoe channel. But it is Ashley Nee, the United States, who goes through in first, and Katharine Schwanholt of Germany goes through in second. Let's watch the slow-mos. Good to see the atmosphere here in this Markkleeberg Stadium, built in 2006 as part of the Leipzig bid for the 2012 Olympic Games, and already hosted 3 World Cups, a European Championships and a Junior and Under-23 European Championships. There we have it, the final start list for the women's kayak. We'll be up with them after the men's kayak semi-finals. So the course here, artificial course, it's fed by water from the Markkleeberg Sea, the big lake that used to be a big open cast coal mine, now a lovely nature reserve, and the water gets pumped up into the start pool 5.2 meters above the lake level, and 18 cubic meters of water per second are pumped to the start pool, and gravity does the rest. So here's the start list for the men's kayak semi-final. 2 semi-finals and just 4 spots in the final. So 2 eliminated in each of the 2 semi-finals. So we shall wait and see. Here is the first semi-final lineup. Great Britain's Etienne Chappell wearing bib number 1. Fredrik Vahlund of Sweden wearing bib number 2. We also have Tako Yoshida of Japan and Jaroslav Zaziablo of Poland. Here is Etienne Chappell, though, bib number 1, the fastest in the seeding heats for Great Britain. Winner of the first World Cup as well. Then wearing bib number 2, Fredrik Vahlund of Sweden. Then for Japan, it is Tako Yoshida wearing bib number 3. And number 4, Jaroslav Zaziablo of Poland, as we prepare to start this first semi-final. Well, we're away. And it's a good reaction from Fredrik Vahlund, but he doesn't get a good landing. And it is Etienne Chappell of Great Britain who leads the way in the early stages of the course. Zaziablo in 3rd place. And at the moment, Yoshida of Japan trailing at the back. But we saw just how good he was on the bottom section where he snatched victory from the jaws of defeat. So, well, Vahlund and Etienne Chappell have taken opposite sides of the river. So it is Etienne Chappell leading ahead of Fredrik Vahlund at the moment. Those two on track to make it into the final. And at the moment, it is Zaziablo of Poland in bib number 4 who's trying to chase them down desperately to keep his hopes of a place in the final. Well, Etienne Chappell successfully through the roll zone now and has an extended lead now over Fredrik Vahlund of Sweden. So this is the critical section. This is where there is the opportunity to try and sneak through on the final upstream gate. But it looks like Fredrik Vahlund and Etienne Chappell are clean through the course. So they will progress through into the final. And it looks like at this stage, eliminated from the competition, Jaroslav Zaziablo of Poland and Tako Yoshida of Japan. But there we have it, in the blue helmet there, wearing bib number 1, Etienne Chappell of Great Britain, safely through into the final. And alongside him will be Sweden's Fredrik Vahlund, wearing bib number 2. So, unfortunately eliminated at this stage, Poland's Jaroslav Zaziablo and Japan's Tako Yoshida. Well, hopefully we'll get a slow-mo of this start and we'll see just how intense that sprint to the start is. So we're live in Markkleeberg in Germany for the 2019 ICF Canoe Slalom World Cup 4, and it is Extreme Canoe Slalom, and it's the semi-finals of the men's kayak Extreme Canoe Slalom, and there is the winner of the first semi-final. Etienne Chappell for Great Britain goes through comfortably into the final. He won the race in the first World Cup of the season at Lee Valley. And there the crowd, well, eagerly anticipating the finals in this competition. But first up, the second semi-final in this competition. 4 boats who qualified through in the quarter-finals, racing for just the remaining 2 spots in the final. Surely the favourite in the blue boat here, wearing bib number 1, Christian De Dionigi of Italy. He was World Championship bronze medal at the 2018 World Championships. Then Max Carlsen of Sweden, wearing bib number 2. in that yellow boat. Then it is Tren Long from the United States of America wearing bib number 3. And last but not least, wearing bib number 4, Samuel Stanovski of Latvia. And we're racing, and it's a good start for De Dionigi of Italy, but equally it is a good start for Max Carlsen of Sweden, and it is Carlsen of Sweden who gets to first base first. So Max Carlsen takes the early lead. De Dionigi of Italy in the blue boat in second. Then it is bib number 3, Tren Long for the United States. But they're all going into the same upstream gate, and well, Christian De Dionigi was really squeezed out. It'll be interesting to see whether he's got a correct negotiation on there. I'll have to wait and see. So at the moment it is clearly out in front, Max Carlsen of Sweden. And yes, there's a big shock. Christian De Dionigi of Italy eliminated because he got squeezed out, didn't negotiate the upstream correctly, and eliminated at this stage of the competition. So there's still a race on for our final qualifier, and at the moment it is Tren Long who is fighting it out for the United States of America, and yeah, it looks like Tren Long will take that place. So there's no doubt about the winner there, Max Carlsen of Sweden, comfortably through into the final, wearing bib number 2. There we see him, and then joining him in the final will be the United States of America's Tren Long wearing bib number 3. And big surprise, Christian De Dionigi eliminated at this stage of the competition, disqualified because he did complete the upstream gate 2. And actually, to be fair to Tren Long actually overtook him on that final section anyway, and well, Christian was eliminated. He probably knew he hadn't correctly negotiated gate 2. Here's a great shot there, and that's the moment Christian De Dionigi knew it was all over, and it gave a lifeline to those still to come, and Tren Long took every advantage of that for the United States of America and booked himself a place in this Extreme Canoe Slalom Men's Kayak final here in Markkleeberg, Germany. It's World Cup 4. We're just a week away from the World Championships in Prague in the Czech Republic in this sport of extreme slalom. Right, well, that's confirmation of the results, and that's the start list for the final. The final will be up after the women's kayak final, but Etienne Chappell, Max Carlsen, Frederick Varland and Tren Long will fight it out for the medals in the Extreme Canoe Slalom final men's kayak. But first up, it'll be the women's kayak final. 2 Germans, 2 Americans in this final, so it'll be interesting to see. Well, at the moment, only 3 boats on the starting ramp. Not sure if that means anyone's withdrawn. No, we have. We're nearly there. So a 4-boat lineup, but only 3 medals up for grabs. The athletes making sure they're right on the edge of the ramp. The ramp here really steep and actually lubricated with water to help a clean run into the course. So wearing bib number 1, Anne-Catherine Schwanholt Then it's Ashley Nee for the United States of America, wearing bib number 2. Then Caroline Trompeter wearing bib number 4 for Germany. And then Sage Donnelly wearing bib number 3 for the United States of America. We're racing. Well, not a lot to choose between them off the start. Sage Donnelly gets really squeezed off the start, but it's a good start there for the German paddler. And that is Anne-Catherine Schwanholt, but squeezed out there by Caroline Trompeter. It's Caroline Trompeter who gets to gate 1 first, wearing bib number 4. So at the moment, it's a German 1-2, a United States in 3 and 4. But let's have a look at how it features. Well, Caroline Trompeter in the blue and white striped boat gets out first, closely followed by Anne-Catherine Schwanholt. But then it's Ashley Nee and Sage Donnelly. That is the order in this, the early stages of the women's kayak final here for the Extreme Canoe Slalom. Into the roll zone now. Well, Caroline Trompeter choosing to roll late in the roll zone. Doesn't matter when you do it, it can be tactical. And look at that tactical. Ashley Nee has snatched it. All sorts of problems there for Anne-Catherine Schwanholt of Germany. And Ashley Nee has taken advantage of that. So, well, an extra roll there coming in, and looks like Sage Donnelly now in 3rd place, and Anne-Catherine Schwanholt of Germany, wearing bib number 1, comes in 4th. But yeah, confirmation as well, eliminated because of missing gate 5. But what that does mean is the provisional winner of the Extreme Canoe Slalom in the women's kayak event is Caroline Trompeter of Germany, ahead of Ashley Nee of the United States of America, and in 3rd place, provisionally, Sage Donnelly. There we have it. Well done, Caroline. Germany take gold here on home water in Markkleeberg. Caroline Trompeter takes the gold ahead of the United States of America, Ashley Nee, and it's the United States of America, Sage Donnelly, who take the bronze. There is the results. So well done, Caroline Trompeter. 2nd gold medal for Germany in this competition. Ricarda Funk took the gold in the women's kayak event. We saw Germany take a bronze medal in the men's canoe event, but it is gold for Germany. Caroline Trompeter there in shot, wearing bib number 1, who takes the honours. Yeah, Caroline Trompeter there. Correct myself, it wasn't bib number 1, it's bib number 4. But no doubt about it. She took control, got to the first gate first, and never looked back. Gold for Germany. And it's been girl power for the Germans this weekend. The 2 gold medals coming in the women's kayak events. And, a successful weekend for the German team. Bronze with Franz Anton, and then 2 4th places. Andrea Herzog in the women's C1 and Hannes Eigner in the men's K1.
Well, she's already been a world champion, and now she's won here at home, won a World Cup gold medal. Caroline, congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
You really love this event, don't you?
Yeah, it's just like, it's more social, and it's, you really don't know what happened during the runs. Yeah, it's just so much fun.
And more fun when you're at home?
Yeah, of course. But it's a little bit sad that it's just at the end of the World Cup, so most of the teams are already on their way home. yeah, it would be cool if they stayed.
All right, hopefully next week. Thank you. Well done. Congratulations, Caroline.
Well, it's great to hear from Caroline Trompeter there, the World Cup champion from Markkleeberg, Germany. And, well, she suggests that, everybody's focusing on the World Cup final next weekend and, of course, those Extreme Canoe Slalom World Championships. But we're straight into the men's kayak Extreme Canoe Slalom final. 4 boats racing it out for the honours. And, well, let's introduce the boats. First up, wearing bib number 1, Etienne Chappell of Great Britain, winner of the first World Cup of the 2019 season in Lee Valley in Great Britain. Just getting into position. Then next up, Max Carlsen of Sweden, wearing bib number 2. Then fellow Swede Fredrik Valen, wearing bib number 3. Wearing bib number 4 for the United States of America, it is Tren Long. Well, we are into the final of the Extreme Canoe Slalom men's kayak, and it is Etienne Chappell of Great Britain gets an outstanding start ahead of Max Carlsen, then Fredrik Valen, then Tren Long. So they're going in number order in the early stages of this competition, but what will they do coming into the first upstream gate? Max Carlsen got a bad hit through one, doesn't seem to have affected him at the moment. Etienne Chappell cleanly through the first of the upstream gates, and equally well Max Carlsen comes out through gate 3, but his lead in the second place has been cut. But Etienne Chappell is out in front. It's surely first place at the moment for Etienne Chappell as he completes his role. In second place now, it is Fredrik Valen, wearing bib number 3, taking a rather unconventional route there as he rolls back up. And, well, it's very close, and Tren Long for the United States is lying in third place. But it could be tight here. Will the little battle for second and third allow Max Carlsen? It does. Max Carlsen sneaks through for the silver medal. So provisionally gold for Great Britain's Etienne Chappell. Max Carlsen takes silver for Sweden. And, well, it looks like it was Tren Long for the United States who takes the bronze. There we have it, the confirmation of the gold medalist. Well done, Etienne Chappell of Great Britain. Winner here of the men's kayak Extreme Canoe Slalom here in Markkleeberg to add to that victory from the first World Cup of the season. And their confirmation, Max Carlsen takes the silver. What a move on the final upstream gate 6. Sneaked in and out. He took advantage of the little tussle between Tren Long and Fredrik Valen. And it's Tren Long who takes the bronze here for the United States of America. Let's just watch that replay. So Etienne Chappell, well, he didn't really look back. He got a great start, got to the first gate first, and never really had the challenges that some of the other paddlers had. Max Carlsen, who got the silver in the end, he had to fight hard for that because he started off in a good place. Then he got right out of shape, but he absolutely took advantage of the opportunity on the final upstream and, well, went from fourth place into silver. So it is gold for Great Britain in the men's kayak Extreme Canoe Slalom. It is gold for Germany in the women's kayak Extreme Canoe Slalom. And the World Cup final will be in Prague next weekend, where we'll have the Extreme Canoe Slalom World Championships. So you must join us live on Planet Canoe to follow those World Championships. And, well, we can be sure of a really exciting spectacle in Prague in the Czech Republic. We've had a great welcome from Germany here, from this Markkleeberg crowd. And a great competition where, well, the winning country in terms of top of the medal table would be Germany with 2 gold medals, then the Czech Republic, and then Slovakia, Spain, Great Britain.
Well, another athlete who has made extreme slalom their own is Etienne Chappell. He won the opening World Cup of the year. He's had a great season and wins another gold medal here. Congratulations, Eddie.
Cheers, man. Yeah, to be honest, this sport is just, there's nothing like it. Like, it's just the best. I can't say anything else. It's just the best, man.
Do you have the same tactics every time you go out on the water, or does it depend on who you're up against? What's the story?
It definitely depends on who I'm up against, but if you can get out in front, it's pretty hard to lose the first place. I mean, to get that, just go hard in time trials and hope for the best.
Next week, of course, it's the World Championships. You must fancy your chances of being a world champion.
Oh, I'm definitely going to give it a go, that's for sure.
All the best, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Well, there's our gold medalist for Great Britain, the men's kayak extreme canoe slalom World Cup gold medalist. So it is a wrap from here. Markkleeberg in Germany. Thank you to Markkleeberg. And well, we'll look forward to seeing Markkleeberg again, because we will host the 2020 ICF Canoe Slalom World Cup final here in September 2020. But for now, it's been a fantastic weekend of excitement, and we move on to Prague in the Czech Republic for the World Cup final. Double points on offer, and of course the Extreme Canoe Slalom World Championships. So we'll see you next week in Prague, and if you can't be there, then make sure you follow it live online. The live stream starts on Friday, and we'll have commentary and live stream Saturday and Sunday of the semi-finals and finals, and of course the Extreme Canoe Slalom World Cup. So goodbye for now, goodbye from Markkleeberg.